We at aircraft.org and the Free World Alliance realize that there's a war been declared upon all of us. In Serbia, it's especially evident. They're poisoning the people. They're poisoning you. Everything that you eat, that you breathe, and that you drink is tainted, toxic. It's part of the program. Ein Volk, ein Reich, ein Führer, one world, one race, one ruler. They want it all. It's the Nazization not only of our nation, but of the nation of Serbia. There's no freedom of choice. You say, well, you have a choice. No, you don't. You have to eat the genetically engineered frankenfoods. So, yeah, from the United States. The world has voted against forcing this crap upon you. But the United States has overruled the rule. Well, it's really not the United States, it's those who control the United States. The international banksters and government gangsters. Nikoli Aleksicu, the director of the ecological movement of Novi Sad, is standing up. He's speaking out. He's doing what most people in Europe have rarely ever done. That's to take on the government. The government of Serbia has sold out. Boris Tadic, the president of Serbia, isn't serving Serbia. He's doing the will of the international banksters and government gangsters. The warlords of Wall Street in Washington. They're controlling certainly Serbia, Croatia, Bulgaria, Eastern Europe. In the United States, we don't control the country. The international gangsters and banksters control us. Well, Serbia, the political pimps and prostitutes there are being controlled like puppets on a string. They're out there, they're manipulating, and these guys are doing the dance of destruction and death. You will die if you continue to go on that course. Nikoli Aleksicu has the answer. If you'll listen, if you'll but see. He's heading up a movement for freedom. Oh, he's director of the ecological movement of Novi Sad. But that's really not what he's doing. He's conducting a movement. He's doing that which needs to be done. He's speaking up for you because some of you just won't speak up. You've got feet, but you don't stand. You've got eyes, but you don't see. You've got ears that do not hear. You've got mouths that do not speak, that do not talk. It's the same here in the United States. We must join together. The Free World Alliance will work with you. We will recognize your efforts and your fight. Aircraft.org has this information about the death dumps that are being dropped overhead on a daily basis. Death dumps which contain nanoparticulates of aluminum oxide, strontium, barium, sulfur hexafluorides, manganese, arsenic. They intend to kill you. This international group of gangsters. They want world government. Ein Volk, ein Reich, ein Führer. One world, one race, one ruler. But the people here, 95% of them are to be killed. 19 out of 20 people are to die if they are successful. But they don't have to be because there's more of us than there are of them. Obamageddon is the case here in the United States. It's a disaster. It's a tragedy. The air above is not safe to breathe. The water is not safe to drink. The food is not fit to eat. And yet the president of Serbia is insisting that you eat what is prescribed by these political pimps and prostitutes along the Potomac of the United States. The people don't control the United States. You don't control Serbia. There has to be a change. We have to speak up. We have to reach out. We have to touch, and we have to do that now. Nikoli Aleksicu is giving you guidance. I pray that you take it. You have information with regards to the death dumps up above. You can see them. You know what's coming in across the borders. You're not being allowed to make your own food. They want frankenfood. Genetically engineered so the seeds can't reproduce. You've got to go back to the banksters. That's how it's supposed to be. And there's a thing in the United States called smart meters. Well, smart murder meters. It takes you out. It takes your life down incrementally, just piece by piece by piece. You don't really recognize it. You just get dumber and dumber and dumber and thicker, and your children get autism. Yes. You get fibromyalgia, respiratory diseases, cancers, a combination of crimes that are being committed upon the United States and Serbia. We join you. We reach out our hand and join with you in an alliance. A world free is not united. A world united is not free. We have a free world alliance in opposition to the United Nations. Those of you who are watching us, join us. We have a new film, Air Auschwitz. Oh yes, the air that you breathe now over your country is often worse than what they breathed in the camps at Auschwitz. Oh yes, Auschwitz, Dachau, Buchenwald, Nordhausen. The crimes that were committed under Adolf Hitler is nothing compared to the crimes that are being committed under this evilarchy. And it is a crime to control the people. It's controlism. Controlism. I hope you can get the translation. But even if you don't, you can see it happening above you. You can taste it. There's a stench, and it's a new world odor. They're dying by the millions, thanks to Evergreen, the Central Intelligence Agency, Leon Panetta, the President of the United States, who's authorized these death dumps coming over here daily. Millions and millions of fish. They guesstimate that somewhere between 1 and 2 million. What? A billion fish?
Yeah, more than that. I think this was from toxins.
Oh, absolutely. The toxins from the sky, they're containing aluminum oxide, barium, strontium, sulfur hexafluorides, manganese, and arsenic. That's what they drop. It goes into the air and then down here into the water. It kills the fish. They just had 2 massive death dumps over Los Angeles, going over to about Hawthorne, then turning towards East LA. We've been recording them all week. We were expecting something like this, but we didn't expect that there'd be as many. You say maybe as much as 1 billion?
Yeah, that's it. Over 1 billion of them.
The fish that once inhabited Santa Monica Bay are now dying. Why? Because of the death dumps that are going on top of this area. They're being brought over by the CIA, dropped upon us. It goes into the air and it drops into the water and it poisons the fish. It's intended to kill, maim, or simply numb or dumb us down. It poisons the sea animals, the sea otters, the whales. My God almighty, don't you understand? I talk to some people and they think, well, oh no, it's got to be the wind. It's got to be the environment. The environment is controlled by the enviro-Nazis. They're insane. They're absolutely insane. They're out of their minds to do this, to drop these nanoparticulates, which goes into the system of our bodies, which goes into the system of the fish that are dying by the multi-millions. It's coming to you. It's right around. All you have to do is look up. Just look up there. Look up. See it. You can smell the death from here. The smell of death. It's in the air. It's in the water. It's everywhere. It's being paid by you to this government and the British government. Yes. And they poison us. It's all by design. It's all for a purpose. To reduce the population of the planet by 90%. That's what they're up to. You don't get it. You don't think enough. I mean, put your thinking cap on. My God almighty. That's not a contrail. It's poison particulates. It smells. It stinks. Don't buy it. I know you've stepped in it before, but now they're asking you to eat it. Don't do it. Join Nikoli Aleksicu. Join Ross and Anthony J. Hilder. We have something in mind, and it's called freedom. It's a precious thing. I pray that you join us. Join us in the fight for this precious thing called freedom. This is Anthony J. Hilder. I'm with the Free World Alliance and their crap. Oh yes, their crap.org.